Welcome to Keeping It Realty.
Welcome back to Keeping It Realty. I'm your host, Martha Smith.
And I'm your co-host, Natalia Pierantoni.
And today we're giving you the real tea on open houses.
Why we do them, what you don't see, and some wild stories.
This episode is for sellers, realtors, or anyone that wants to know more about open houses.
Without further ado, let's get right into it.
All right, so what exactly is an open house?
So we usually schedule these on the weekends. It would take about like 2 to 3 hours. And why do we do them?
Well, we do them to attract buyers, to expose the house, to get feedback for our sellers, and to sell it.
Offers, right? And to sell it.
To get an offer and to sell it.
So who usually attends open houses?
You'll get nosy neighbors. Like I said, you'll have realtors with buyers, without buyers.
Family on vacation.
Yeah, just people that saw the signs. It's a good idea for new agents too that don't have, the business. This is an opportunity for you to be in a situation where people are coming to you that need your service.
Just to wet your feet. Honestly, that's how I used to do open houses like all the time. I still do. But as a new agent, it's so important to be comfortable with speaking with the client, even taking content for marketing.
For content,
starting as your first time.
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about preparation.
All right, the preparation. What do you do?
I would say there's 2 ways to do it, right? So there's the sellers, that how you can prepare the seller, right? What do you tell your sellers?
So, for the sellers, what you need to do to prepare for an open house is clean, right?
Yeah,
you want to make sure that the house is clean. You want to remove any valuable items from the house, remove any pictures of your family. If you have any boxes, put them in the garage. Just leave everything nice, neat, welcoming for people to come view the house.
Yeah. So if the house is vacant, your realtor or us in this point to set up for the open house, I make sure to create a flyer, making sure that the time, the house, the address, the brokerage is there on that flyer, and promote it a week or 2 before. So we have that attraction, not just doing it one day and making, think that you have a lot of people coming in.
Social media, we put it up on the MLS,
yep.
Right? Which notifies all the agents and people that are online looking of the open house. And we do the signs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So before that, the signs. Reverse prospecting is a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell our listeners what exactly
Absolutely.
What that is?
So reverse prospecting, when your house is on the MLS, we have other agents that are looking and sending the properties to their buyers. And if that buyer hearts the house or likes it, we contact that agent directly to let them know, hey, we're hosting an open house this weekend. Come bring your buyers. Check it out.
Correct. There was something really cool that you did not too long ago where you got in touch with, I guess, the realtors in the same area that were selling a house. And then,
so
it's a fun event, right?
Kind of like a open house caravan is what we call it. And so if you're in a community where there's several houses that are being sold, your agent can reach out to the other agents and kind of say, hey, let's all get together, do an open house this Saturday from this time to this time, and have everybody come through all the open houses,
And collaborate.
You get more people, more traffic.
Correct. And then I also, I'm sure you and I do it a lot. We bring food.
Oh, yeah.
Food attract people.
Food. So what kind of food do you bring to open houses?
So it depends on the listing, right? So if it's like a smaller listing, I would have cookies or like water bottle, maybe chips. Yeah. But if it's like a nicer home, we would talk to a lender or title to see if they can actually sponsor cater it. Yeah.
We might have some mimosas. It depends, we make it a little more luxe. Yeah. All right. So what about like door knocking the neighborhood? Have you ever done that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just to let them know that they're aware that we have an open house. Hey, bring in your family, anybody that's interested in
right. You wouldn't be surprised how many people live in a neighborhood and they would like to have their mom, their sister, their brother live next door. Your house goes up for sale. You knock on their door and let them know. They might have,
Exactly. All right. So the hustle behind the scenes, right? Everybody thinks this is such an easy job.
Okay.
But with the signs, how many signs do you typically put out there?
The signs is the worst part about open houses. I don't think people realize it's so dangerous. Okay. We're dressed up all nice. So we have to change shoes, obviously, because you can't be in heels putting signs up, but you almost get run over.
Yeah.
The most signs I've ever put in a community was 30 because it had 2.
That's wild.
It had 2 entrances and the house was deep in the little community. So it's a lot of work. Get out of your car, put the sign, get back in your car, drive, park the car, get off, put the sign through rain.
Rain. Yeah, I was going to say, what about the summers and the days
sweat,
rainy?
your makeup, like
overheating.
All of it. It's terrible. And then you got to do it again when you're done. Pick them all up and remember where you put them.
So what does your sign look like? Do you have your face on it? Do you just have a regular, open house sign?
I just have a regular, it says open house with arrows indicating where,
I know. I've seen some
branded
fancy ones, like really nice ones.
Yeah.
They have their...
The thing with that is it's nice to have those nice signs, but you lose them, they break, people take them.
Yeah.
All right. What if nobody comes at all?
Ooh, that's a good one. Well, I start reading a book. Just pop open my laptop. What are we going to do? If nobody shows up, maybe it's raining. Maybe there was some other event. I don't know.
How do you give feedback to your clients after an open house?
I typically have like a sign-in sheet where it says the name, the number, email, and if they're working with a realtor, which is super important because if they're not, this is your opportunity to, being like, hey, can I be your representative? Or if I can just help you out looking for that specific home or something different. There's that right? Yeah. Communication. What happened in the open house? How many people came in? Were they interested? Were they not interested?
Right. And then follow up with them,
Yeah. And then
sometimes we get ghosted, right?
Exactly.
Sometimes we have people come through our open house. They were very interested. They're going to call us on Monday. We tell our clients, hey, these people are interested. And then you call them Monday, nothing. Yeah. They're no longer interested. They're not answering. So that happens too.
Or sometimes on a Sunday, they have nothing else to do, but, just explore homes and waste people's time. But anyways, what are some deal breakers?
Some deal breakers for an open house. Yeah. I think smells are very important, right? If the house smells stinky, nobody wants to come in a house that has a really strong pet odor or has like some plumbing issues, like this.
So air fresheners.
Fresheners, even candles, as long as you're there, making sure you're not burning the house down, candles, something to make it smell nice.
Yeah. Have you ever had like a seller present on your open houses?
I haven't, but I have been to an open house where the seller was there because he wanted to explain everything, and I think it's awkward in my situation. In my view, I think that the seller shouldn't let the agent do their job.
That's why they hire you, so you can take over and just sell it, right?
Another deal breaker would be like pushy agents,
the ones that are just like walking with you every single place of the house.
Yeah. Like kind of when you're shopping.
I'm like, I can't breathe. Can you give me a little bit of space?
Exactly.
Appreciate you.
Exactly. Like where you're in a store.
Can I talk to my client? Thank you.
Yeah. So learn your space. Obviously be there to answer any questions, but also let them walk the house and have a vision of what it would look like if they bought it.
This happened recently. I don't know. I think I sent you the article. It was about this foot guy. And he was going around open houses. Well, I mean, obviously the girls, right? Yeah. Realtors, and he would just come in. Well, you can explain it a little bit better.
I remember you said, so this guy was going to the open houses and he would tell the realtors that there was an insect, and the realtor would be like, where? And they'd like kick their shoe off and the guy's touching their feet and they're like, where? And he's like, here. And he was just a weirdo trying to grab the realtor's feet and
look at the feet. I don't know if a fetish. So it was here in Tampa.
Yeah. So that brings us to a great point. Safety, right?
Right.
Safety is a major concern.
Mm-hmm. Especially for women.
For women. I mean, not that men can't get robbed or, that something can happen, but it's a big deal.
And sometimes we have to show at night, like after 6 or 6:30, when the chime change.
So do you carry?
We don't know these people. Maybe we check the ID and everything and you're willing to buy, but we don't really know.
Yeah. It could get scary sometimes. I agree. But do you carry?
Okay. I do carry.
You do carry?
Yes.
You look like the type that carries.
Do I?
Let's say that you don't like weapons, guns, or whatever. There's other options. You can carry mace. You can have
a little pocket knife just in case, but I don't think that's going to be like you're going to.
Yeah.
Or you can send also.
Shank you. What is it called? Shank you with the little pocket knife. Never mind.
I don't know. Whatever the case may be.
There's an app.
Yes.
There's a safety app too.
And then send your location.
Send your location.
Hey, Martha, you know what? I'm going here. I don't feel a little safe, but regardless, send it to your husband, to your parents, whoever it is. Just make sure you're safe and they know. Because on the open house flyer. Literally, it's telling you what time we're going to be there, where you're going to be at.
I'm on social media like, hey guys, come stop by. I'm going to be here from 1 to at this location. Like anybody can see that. Anybody can show up.
Just so you guys know, we both carry. Okay.
Yeah, we both carry. All right. So open house story time.
Yep.
We were actually talking about this other day, and I think it would make a good content for our podcast. So I did an open house, the weirdest one. It was for my colleague, and my colleague tells me this guy, who's a military guy, he has cameras all over the house. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm just gonna, be on my best behavior. I'm not gonna burp or whatever. I'm sitting there on the couch waiting for people to come in, and they left their cat behind, and the cat is like scratching at me. I'm not a cat person. No offense to cat lovers. People or lovers. I have dogs, So I'm like trying to pet the cat. I know there's cameras. I don't want to be mean to the cat or be like, leave me alone, cat. The cat keeps scratching at me, whatever. Let's get past the cat. I had to deal with the cat the entire time I was there. When people would come, they would ask me questions, and I would be answering the questions, that the people are asking me as I'm showing this house, and my phone is buzzing, and it's the owner.
No way.
Yeah, asking me the question, or like giving me answers. Say this, say that, and I'm like, dude, let me.
Oh, turn off the camera.
Yeah,
dude.
So it was super creepy the entire time. He was watching, listening, all of it. The cat. And so the next weekend, my same colleague's like, hey, you want to host the open house again at the same house? I was like, absolutely not.
No, thank you.
No, I'll pass.
Wow.
So yeah, that's my exciting open house story. I mean, I've had others where nobody shows up and things like that, but that's the one that I remember that I'm like, that was the most awkward.
That is weird.
Yeah.
So are we ready for a rapid fire?
Go.
Worst open house snack idea.
Oh, so I would say anything like fishy, smelly, or like that
garlicky.
Needs too many utensils,
Or make a mess.
Or messy.
Because we got to clean that afterwards,
Or anything with like dark dyes, like orange dye that can spill on carpet or something, keep it.
Damn, that's true.
Yeah, wine is actually not the best, because if anybody spills wine on furniture or, Okay, flip-flops at an open house, yes or no?
No.
What if it's at the beach?
Okay, no.
Okay.
How many signs is too many signs?
One sign is too many signs.
Damn.
No, I mean, you need to do signs, but I hate the sign part. I hate putting signs up. When is it a bad idea to do an open house?
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, Super Bowl Sunday would not be a good.
Or like a what? Like, you don't know when the weather is going to look like,
a thunderstorm, like a bad weather. During eventful weekends and bad weather, I think would be the worst.
Yeah. So should sellers do open houses?
Absolutely, I think so. What about you?
Sometimes sellers don't even want to do open houses.
I've had, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't, and they don't need to. They're not
like in a rush to sell,
or no, but they know that the house is going to sell. They have the sign up. It's all over online. They're like, why do I need to let nosy neighbors come into my house? If they want to, they could schedule a showing and do it that way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's not mandatory. You don't have to do an open house.
Okay. So how often should a seller do like an open house? How often do you think?
I think it depends on the house, where it's at. But I would say for sure in the beginning, the first couple of weeks, try to do open houses and get.
Yeah, when the first attraction, when it comes up on the market.
100%. Okay. What's the best time to do an open house, you think?
12 to 3. Like right after church, people are just hanging out.
12 to 3 on weekends.
On the weekends, or maybe a Saturday, 11 to 1.
Yeah. Have you done like Friday open houses?
Maybe like a happy hour. Yeah.
If it's like one of those type of houses that would match.
5 to 7.
Yeah. You got a lake view or something like that. It might make sense. Yeah. Or a condo.
I love it.
Yeah. All right. Final thoughts. Open houses are a great opportunity to showcase the house. It's not mandatory.
But it's recommended.
But it's recommended.
For sure.
It's recommended, yeah.
So quick shout out to all the sellers and all the agents making it out there. It's definitely it's rough, but it's possible.
Excited?
We're so excited. Yeah. We love it.
On our next episode, I'm going to tease you guys a little bit. We're bringing back one of our guests. She's going to talk about a loan where you can purchase the house and have money to make renovations to the house. So if you want to watch that, stay tuned.
Yes. So if you're watching this, leave us a comment with one of your crazy open houses stories. We would love to hear it from you guys.
We hope you found this episode useful. As always, if you're looking to buy or sell and would like to work with one of us, you can reach us at keepingitrealty@gmail.com.
See you next time on Keeping It Realty. Thank you all for tuning into our podcast. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did.
Don't forget to follow us on social media at keepingitreal_T and share this episode with all your friends.
If you guys have any questions and topics that you guys would like for us for future episodes, let us know. Shoot us a message. We would love to hear from you guys.
See you next time on Keeping It Realty.